Alright fellas, here we're back in Pokemon Masters, and today we're going to be looking at flying gear. Yes, it's finally here. Oh my gosh, yes. After way too long, we have finally gotten flying gear. Obviously people are probably going to question, like, why are you making a video over this? You've never made a video over gear before, but flying is my favorite type. If you could not tell from my overuse of characters like Anniversary Steven, all Skyla characters, as well as Palatine's Elisa, and sometimes Lodge Serena, and maybe Blue. I love flying type characters, alright? Flying types are my favorite type in the game, just in general. Would have definitely preferred to pick up every flying character, like Signet Suit Ethan and Summer Liza. Definitely would have rather picked up characters like that, but unable to, and you know, whatever, right? I just want to go make a video where I use flying types, have fun with them, and etc. So don't take this video too seriously as like any sort of showcase or spotlight, whatever, or just any sort of informative video. This is just me abusing flying gear to make some characters have some fun, right? Flying gear obviously doesn't apply a massive buff to flying characters, right? It's just like, I think, plus 20 to offenses and defenses, as well as like plus 35 HP. I don't know, something like that. It's a similar value, right? But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead, hop into some battles, have a little bit of fun. I love flying types, I do. Alright, here we are versus Wickstrom. We have some pretty fun setups for here. We got Skyla, both Skylas, Holiday and Anniversary, and we've got Sabrina here for supporting. This actually is not a flinch-locking grid with Skyla, surprisingly, though we do flinch-lock, because why fucking not, right? It's kind of in the character, right? It's kind of just how we do things here. But we're able to use Skyla here to use her good nuke, honestly. Anniversary Skyla's got a great nuke still. Very easy to set up, I would say. I think it's a little bit underrated just in general, but hey, whatever. I don't care. I'll still use her to this day, even if her nuke becomes garbage, alright? I won't deny that. Anyway, we're able to use Sabrina here to buff the crit for Skyla as well as her special attack and speed, albeit slowly and in different ways, right? Like Reflect, Dire Hit All Plus, her trainer move, all different ways, all different things to buff stats, but still, we're able to get enough stat buffs in here to do some good damage. I would have probably attacked the Clink Clang there if it wasn't for the fact that I probably would be able to KO the middle just fine otherwise, but I have the side DPS here with Skyla and Togekiss, so it's not going to be a big issue there, really. So, I mean, no real point in trying to attack the sides when we could just do side DPS anyway, and it won't really matter too much. Just nuke the middle. Right? Why not? Though I probably should have attacked the side with that tri-attack to begin with, but oh well, I didn't. Anyway, here is the maxed out nuke, pretty much. Plus 5 special attack, plus 6 speed, flying zone activated, as well as the enemy having an interference. This is the full nuke for Anniversary Skyla, plus obviously we've got the flying zone. We have herself as a theme skill partner, so she's got max theme skills. Honestly, probably one of her better setups, right? So without a support EX, 34,000 damage on her second sync move. That's very, very good for sure. Still very nice to this day. Off type, of course, as usual. Doesn't need to be super effective in order to do good damage. I've used this character to great effect with her sync nuke in the past, so very, very fun. Oh, sorry, very, very fun times. Anyway, yeah, we keep spamming tri-attack and air cutter here. They do end up using Rock Slide on the other side there, so we do take quite a bit of damage there, but it's fine. It's not really a big problem, because we're able to KO them with Skyla's nuke anyway, because even without Flying Zone, they've got an interference, we've got plus 6 speed. Still a very good nuke, for sure, or a pretty solid nuke, rather. Nothing super insane without the Flying Zone, but still. Solid enough to take out the aggron. Anyway, yeah. That was the battle versus, I think, Wickstrom. Yeah, this is versus Wickstrom. I chose Wickstrom because Seabold needs a status condition, and I'm not willing to fuck around too long to mess with that. Fuck all of that. Alright, fuck all of it. In Drasna, I forget why I stopped doing Drasna. I think there was a specific issue I was facing. I don't know. Whatever. Either way, that was the win there. It wasn't too bad. Here are the grids. Sabrina, honestly, good to use her. Again, haven't used her in a long time. Other than the Psychic Kantos, or the Psychic Stadium that just came out a couple days ago. I used her for that. That was in the video. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that I hadn't used Sabrina in a while, but yeah, whatever. Glad to finally have a good buff for Anniversary Skyla here. The flying gear is definitely very, very nice. Can't wait for her 5 out of 5 grid expansion, as people could probably tell from how much I use this character. Honestly, she's like a crutch at this point. I'll try and stop using her so much, but yeah, whatever. I'll see you all in the next showcase. That should be... I forget, actually. Who did I use? I'll remember, maybe. Alright, here we are using the flying gear for Palatine's Elisa. Honestly, the strategy I was going for here was to give her a ton of different, like, terrains and zones to work with. We've got the grassy terrain, which was I forgot it was canceled out by the electric terrain. Oops. But then we also had the sun as well as the fairy zone. So, I was thinking maybe we could land, you know, Thunder, Play Rough, or Fire Blast on Metronome, and we could do some good damage, but no, we ended up just landing every other move, for the most part, other than Fissure. And we were still able to win anyway, because obviously How is a pretty solid DPS, side DPS for the most part, right? Able to do some good chip damage, and we're able to just nuke with Elisa here, as well as just get sync countdown with How. His sync countdown on his trainer move after having Fairy Zone up is very, very good, so we could get that second sync move in pretty quickly, and we just happened to really survive with Acerola, right? We were also obviously ramping up a lot of special moves next and physical moves next, because every time we apply a terrain zone or a weather effect, we get +1 special moves next from How and +1 physical moves next from Acerola, so we're just able to buff up Elisa's damage, of course, alongside the flying gear, and it's very, very nice, honestly. This obviously is not meant to be like an actual showcase or a realistic scenario. This is literally 3 premium units, 2 are EX'd. So, I mean, I don't get also nice Psychic, we landed it. But this wasn't meant to be like a super serious thing or whatever. This is mostly just me fucking around. Again, not really a showcase here, right? But yeah, we're able to get the win in pretty easily before they use their sync move. I was surprised. I don't know how Acerola survived that last attack, by the way. Good lord. We're getting relatively unlucky with Elisa, I would say, for the most part. Landing all of these Earthquakes, AoE moves, are just not really good for us. Would have been nice to land, of course, a Fire Blast, Play Rough, something that is boosted by the zone. But it doesn't matter because we end up winning anyway, because How, yeah, 4,300 damage with his sync move is pretty solid. Or not a sync move, the Buddy Electro Web. It's relatively solid, I'd say. Plus, of course, having +4 special attack and etc. He's a fine unit overall, at least for his DPS. Side DPS rather, mostly AoE for the sides. Using another character in order to do main DPS would be very optimal, of course. He's a good partner for normal Elisa because of that. He can cover the sides, Elisa can cover the middle, and they kind of work hand in hand. And again, Acerola. I honestly probably would have used a different setup if I would have remembered that grassy terrain and electric terrain cancel each other out. I honestly just, it didn't blow my mind, but I completely forgot about it. Either way, it was a pretty decent win anyway. Probably would have used, I don't know, it would have had to have been a zone unit, right? I don't know, we got a lot of zones. Maybe, I don't know who I would have used other than How here. Whatever. It's fine. Let's go ahead, go to the last stadium battle. This one was fun for me, especially. Alright, here we are versus Marshall. I can't tell which of my things over here. Whatever. I don't know if this actually shows up in the video or not, but whatever. So we're facing Marshall here. We've got Palentine's Elisa, Anniversary Steven, and Anniversary Skyla. This is my favorite team in the game. Again, flying is my favorite type. All these characters are flying type, plus Skyla and Elisa are my 2 favorite characters. And Anniversary Steven was the character that got me into this game to begin with, so he's a very sentimental character for me, despite how, you know, not the greatest he is, I guess, to put it mildly. But yeah, of course, we're using Skyla to flinch lock, we're using Elisa just for some side DPS with Metronome, and Steven is our main source of DPS with Dragon Ascent, as well as a quote-unquote nuke, right? It's more like a pipe bomb at best. I don't know why that's so funny, but yeah. Honestly, I do plan to 3 out of 5 him relatively quickly. Also, good lord. That's funny to me. He didn't crit a single whatever. Also, we landed Drill Peck with Elisa, which was very, very good, right? Because we had the flying zone up, so it was some pretty solid damage, even without having, like, the super effective damage and whatnot. We do actually end up landing a Psychic later on, which doesn't screw us over, but, like, it screwed up the idea / strategy I had. But whatever, it was fine anyway. We do take this Fire Punch here, which is not the greatest, but we, you know, survive anyway. It's not a big problem. Hey, extra HP and defenses from the flying gear. Oh, wait, I forgot they hit themselves in confusion. I honestly don't remember this battle. It took a little bit. But yeah, I landed the Psychic there on the middle, KO'd him, and that didn't cancel out his move with Steven's sync move. So, oops, that's fine though. Steven definitely needs some help in order to get some extra damage. Skyla was a great buff for him on release, and the flying gear is a solid buff now, but like, this boy needs more than that at this rate. But it's fine. He's of course able to clear off type 2,500 point master mode without really any issue, which of course is kind of the bar for the most part for a lot of characters, I would say. Able to clear a legendary arena just fine, so he's okay in my book. If a character can clear 2,500 point master mode and can clear a multiple legendary arenas / gauntlet, they're a fine unit, honestly. I don't see another reason to try and complain about them. Other than maybe the high score event, I could see a reasonable complaint there. That makes a lot of sense, of course. But whatever, that's not the point. Anyway, yeah, that was my favorite. This is my favorite setup in the game. I literally call it All Reliable because it is, again, all of my favorite like characters / sync pairs just in general put into one team, and they work relatively well together. Skyla acts as a flinch bot / tank. Elisa does an okay side DPS. Steven acts as a main DPS. It's worked out for any stage I've brought it to, so no complaints from me. Anyway, yeah, that was the setup. Let's go ahead, take on a legendary arena. Probably Tapu Bulu, just to be real. Yeah, let's go over there. Alright, here we are versus Tapu Bulu. We've got Duroc, Skyla, and Lodge Serena. 3 more flying characters to make full use of the flying gear. What's the team count? What's team power? 36,000 team power. Whew, quite a bit. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead up into the battle here. Skyla's just mostly for speed buffs, which we don't need. We don't need speed buffs at all on this team, actually, especially because Duroc already applies speed buffs. But she's here for fun and to apply heals for Duroc, because even though Duroc does not have crit in this setup, also, yay, flinch. Wow, okay, we're getting lucky. But even though Duroc does not have, like, crit in this setup, still is probably going to be KOing himself relatively easily with his Brave Birds once we start using them, right? So we got to be careful of those. Let's go ahead and go for some training moves there with Serena. We got the debuffed attack, so we're doing just fine there. I wish I could start attacking with Serena a little bit faster, but whatever, it's fine. We got a buffer somehow, and honestly, I could have brought Falconer as a support, but hey, I'm just having fun, alright? Jesus. 4,000 damage even without having any crit. Okay, fair enough. Perhaps, I'd say Duroc's probably a relatively easy clear against Bulu for the most part. The heals would obviously be a problem, but hell, you could probably just nuke with them. I don't know. I'm not going to try a solo or anything, but maybe a duo? Yeah, I'd say a duo is probably relatively easy with Duroc here against Bulu. Yeah, probably. There we go. Honestly, Serena may just take him down to half. Damn close. Okay. No complaints here. And Brave Bird. Bop. Okay. Yep. Alright, we KO'd the bar there. What do you got? -3 speed? Okay, we get the full nuke here. Well, not the full nuke, but we get a relatively solid nuke. How much? That's a relatively solid nuke. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. We can also pray for some flinches with Serena and Skyla here, because we're able to have flinches from the staggering 2. I think it's staggering 2 here on Serena, so that's nice. And we've also got staggering 1 on the gust for Skyla. But I do need to heal her up because I was literally just bringing this for Duroc, but apparently Skyla needs the heals more. Probably not now. Okay. Good lord, you basically healed back up. Okay, so the grassy terrain is gone. That is good, because that was applying way too much. It's probably KOs, honestly. Let's be real. Even poison weak. Was that not a crit? I'm pretty sure it didn't crit. Aw, damn. Okay, there's the grass impact. That's fair. Okay. We'll go ahead and heal up Duroc here, because, yeah, figures. -6 attack, though, so honestly, I'm fine with this. There's the gust. It's going to KO. Okay, Woodhammer, that's actually going to hurt probably quite a bit. Yeah, that Woodhammer could probably hurt. We're not getting any... Okay, we're not getting any flinches here with Serena, which is a little surprising to me. Good night. Good night. There we go, finally. And we're going to KO there. Okay, goodbye. Okay, there we go. KO with Serena. Can the nuke crit? I want to see the crit. Come on. You got -6 speed. We got +6 speed. You got -2 attack, which is enough for the dominating sync. 82k. Thank you. 5 sync buffs. Jesus. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Obviously, again, not a showcase. Just me having fun, pretty much. If you watch the video, honestly, that's kind of on you at that point. Whatever. There we go. Versus Tapu Bulu. Got 3 flying characters in. How many different flying characters did I use? Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 7. Okay, we used 7 different flying characters here. Obviously, other characters benefit pretty well. Skylar, or not Skylar, why did I keep, whatever. Winona, I'd say she could probably benefit decently from the stats, especially in the speed and HP department, because her speed stats are already pretty good, so having extra speed would be nice for her. Of course, she's obviously not a bad flying character to bring to any event because of her flinches and rain. Faulkner could definitely use the stats, especially in terms of his defenses. They're pitiful. And his HP, of course, as well. Nate, it is a Nate buff, yeah. We're going to end that conversation there. Lysander, honestly, Lysander's, he needs his grid expansion. His Pokefair tiles, rather, sorry. Actually, does he have a grid expansion? I don't think he does, no. I'm pretty sure it's just Pokefile. What? Pokefair tiles, yeah, it's just Pokefair tiles. Okay, that's fair. But yeah, he's got the 5 out of 5 nodes, and honestly, the stat buffs are pretty useful for him as well. A lot of characters here benefit from the flying zone, of course, or the flying gear, so nice, of course. I just wanted to make a video using flying types. It's just fun for me. It was just fun for me. Sorry if it was a little bit off the rails. Sorry if it wasn't like a big showcase or anything. If I overused Anniversary Skyla, which I did, but I don't care that I did. But yeah, whatever. I'm going to end the video there, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know what you think about flying types, flying gear, etc. I want a flying high score event. That would be fun for me. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you all later. Hope you all enjoyed.